the squeeze. He's driving it, and I'm riding backward. This is the weirdest thing I've probably ever done on a farm tour so far. Welcome back to Ag with Them, and we've got part 2 with Trevor Bales today down in Buckeye, Arizona. We're gonna make a hay delivery today. If you haven't caught part 1, make sure you go back on my channel and watch part 1 with Trevor to learn more about his operation. Today we're just gonna do a hay delivery to their local feed store, and I'm gonna tell you why they do it, how they do it, and show you all the fun we had along the way.
It's 100% custom. I shouldn't say 100%. Like their mast comes from Hyster. I'm sure they buy their axles from some trucking manufacturer. And the motors are Cummins, but the cab of this is 100% custom. They do it in their own shop.
So we're riding through town in a little squeeze.
Blocking traffic.
Yeah, this just makes me laugh because it's such an odd thing to just casually drive through town with. But we're looking at all this development, and Trevor and his family have farmed in Buckeye since
91. Well, the homestead papers 1891.
The homestead papers are 1891. So before Arizona was a state, they've been here. And we're just driving through, and he's telling me like, none of this used to be here. So this was all prime farm ground to have, and it's all turned into development. And he's watched this while he grew up and while he's been farming here, all kind of come from the ground up. Okay, so we have made it to the destination in the middle of all of the development to unload and squeeze the hay that they need to get done. So Trevor just switched me sides. I'm in the seat that drives forward now, and he is in the seat that operates the squeezer.
A giant forklift.
A giant forklift. Why do they call it a squeeze then?
Well, because it squeezes things.
A giant forklift that also squeezes.
The old floss. These machines are extremely expensive, but man, can you think of a more efficient way to...
Yeah, it just moves a whole big old stack.
Imagine hand stacking 512 bales back here. They would do it too.
So there's like a little ledge in there that kind of holds it at the bottom. So it's got the side panel and then a little lip. Like
angle iron, I would say.
Angle iron, yeah. Just for the less technical terms, it's got a flat one with another flat one to hold the hay.
This squeezes 9 million pounds per square inch.
9 million pounds per square inch.
I don't know.
That's fake. It probably squeezes 43,560 square pounds per inch. Does Trevor know what that number is? You don't know what 43,560 is?
43,560? No, what is that?
That's how many square feet in an acre.
Oh, okay. Whoops. I was
They inserted this clip to show you guys what all
What
he's
is that
doing
weigh?
with his hands
That
there.
doesn't
So
weigh anything. 2,000
lots of different levers, and I would get it personally. I would mess it up because my brain looking at that many, like they're all doing something and I'm familiar with it, but it's
I
a
had
lot
messed
of
up in the
levers.
beginning.
So that's probably on me, but that's I guess I think more people need to know that number. That's just what Emma does.
Potholes like that, oh, they like the worst.
Bad for you.
It's like loose bales off the stacks. Uh-oh. See what happened?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now there's a pothole. You don't like potholes when you're running the squeeze because your wheels dip in and then you lose bales, and Trevor may or may not have just oh, maybe you can see it. I'll expose him for the YouTube.
So embarrassing.
Oh, right in there.
So embarrassing. I'll show you in a second.
And then they lay pallets down under the stack so that it's not sitting on the ground.
The rain doesn't ruin it.
Yes. They've had a lot of moisture here lately, which is really good.
Did you say moist?
Moisture. Maybe Zach will watch this video.
Moist. So moist. Like a brownie. We'll get you a great deal.
Yeah, there's the bale of shame.
Bale of what? Oh, bale of
The bale of shame. Oh, and he's gonna go in there and bloop it back into place. Right. And it goes bloop. So hopefully he doesn't fall back into that pothole and knock it in again.
Now look at this other stack over here.
Yeah.
Just ignore this trailer missing wood on it.
There's the culprit, little pothole culprit. Oh.
Hit it right now. And so it happens too, like if I come off this trailer, which I could do, but I really don't want to muck bales. If I come off this trailer too fast, we hit that pot bale, that pothole, whoosh, the whole stack will shift and the hay will fall off.
And then Emma's gonna sit right here while he cleans it up.
Yeah, ready, refill, ready.
Oh.
There it is. Boom.
Oh. Oh.
This is a fill like
Oh.
glitch, but in a squeeze.
It's a lot. So they stacked all of that way quicker than you would have been able to stack by hand, and it saves a lot of time, really efficient, and if you're a good operator, can go relatively smoothly. So traditionally when you're stacking hay, you do it by hand, you buck bales, that's how a lot of people do it. It all gets tossed in the barn. He's delivering this to a feed store, so he sells his bales, his hay, to a feed store, and then they distribute it. So he brings his hay squeeze over, moves hay around for him. They bring the hay over on a semi. It gets stacked on the semi with the same concept as the squeeze, and then they're just able to move a lot more efficiently. So when people come to the feed store that we were just at, it's called Out West General Store in Buckeye. Are we still in Buckeye?
We're in Waddell.
In a different
Changed to Waddell.
Changed to Waddell, Arizona. When people come to pick up
Waddle like you're waddling.
Waddell. Waddell. You got Waddell, not Waddle. It's another Emma-ism there. When people come to pick up their hay, they do stack it in the pickups by hand, because most of the time it's just pickup traffic that comes through there to pick up hay for probably
Horse people.
Horse
It is definitely a convenience. They can either drive an extra 20 miles to my place and get it for $1 or $2 cheaper, or just right next to home you pay an extra $2, but you're it's a lot shorter. Like it's a convenience versus spending 2 hours to come to my place to get hay. So it's
So-
worse people.
It's like a convenience store for worse people. So for an easy unload, they unloaded 512 bales in about 20 minutes. So we're taking more time to probably drive to and from that store to unload it than we are taking to unload it. But it still beats unloading it by hand.
That's how it usually
110%.
is. 2 hours. Sometimes we go 2 hours just to unload one truck. It's just so frustrating.
Ah, whatever.
But it all depends on your circumstances and how that day is going, because most of the time if it's a Monday, things always go to crap. Or a Friday night. You never know.
Here's our big tilt. One of our big tillage tractors.
So here's what I was talking about earlier, that little angle iron that catches the bottom. So it's not just a flappy whoop dippity. Alright guys, that's all I have for you today. Remember, if you like this video, to subscribe so you catch more farm tours. I've got a lot coming down the line. You can catch Trevor's channel at Bales Hay Farm and Ranch here on YouTube, and he's also on all other social media platforms under Bales Hay. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, hasta la pasta.